Hey guys, still here and welcome back to the Relaxation channel. What I have for you today is some information about the STRB90H. It's a class of fast military assault craft, and it is definitely one of my favorite ships because it is so nimble, so agile, and so extremely versatile. Now to start off, how did this thing get its name? It's pretty basic. The STRB90H, or the Combat Boat 90H as it's known, the CB90, it refers to year when it was accepted, so the 90s. And the H stands for half. It can carry half a platoon of amphibious infantry, and this means it can carry 18 guys. Now, in addition to the many variants in service with the Swedish Navy under the STRB90H designation, the CB90 has been adopted by navies of several countries, including Norway, Greece, Mexico, the US, and Malaysia. And although it is not exactly listed, I believe that some of the Dutch warships have also been carrying these things as part of a NATO task force. Additionally, the German Navy plans to equip their Berlin-class replenishment ships with the CB90. Now, what makes this thing special is that it's exceptionally fast and very agile, and it can execute extremely sharp turns at high speed. The craft can decelerate from top speed to a complete full stop in just 2.5 boat lengths, and it can adjust both its pitch and roll angle while underway. Due to its light weight, shallow draft, and twin water jets, it allows it to operate at speeds of up to 40 knots, which is 74 kilometers per hour, in shallow coastal waters. The water jets are partially ducted, which, along with the underwater control surfaces similar to a submarine's diving planes, means that the CB90 has extreme maneuverability. Now a bit about its history. In 1998, Dokstavarvet won a competition to design and manufacture a replacement for the aging TPBS 200 class. Two prototypes, numbers 801 and 802, were delivered in 1989. After completing a couple of field trials, the Swedish Navy signed a purchase order for 120 boats in June 1990. In 2002, the Swedish Navy ordered an additional 27 boats of a slightly different type, designated STRB90HS. The S refers to SKID, also known as protected, as the STRB90HS is armored and features CBRN, also known as chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear protection. So the whole boat can be overpressurized, and that's intended to use in international peacekeeping operations. Apart from the addition of armor, it also sports air conditioning for deployment in tropical conditions, fuel cooling systems, a 220-volt generator, and more powerful engines. The manufacturer sometimes refers to the model as the CB90HI, in which the I probably stands for international, but apparently they're not quite sure about that. The STRB90H also had an ambulance variant, and this was known as the STRB90E, although it has almost completely been phased out. And as I was able to find online, you can even buy one. It's going to set you back about 200,000 euros or about $240,000, but you can buy one of these things if you so desire. The Royal Norwegian Navy evaluated the STRB90H in early 1996 and then purchased a total of 20 boats. These boats were designated as the 90N for Norsk Utgave, or literally Norwegian version. The Mexican Navy acquired 40 units, and these were designated the CB90HMN between 1999 and 2001, and obtained a production license in 2002, allowing further units to be manufactured right there in Mexico. Since then, 8 additional units have been built. The German Water Police rented a Combat Boat 90H from the manufacturer for the 33rd G8 summit in Heiligendamm in Germany. This boat was involved in a high-speed chase with 3 Greenpeace ribs, which were trying to enter the restricted area near the hotel where the meeting was being held. And you can find a video clip of this incident on the internet, and I'll make sure to include that in the description. In July 2007, the US Navy Expeditionary Combat Center, or the NECC, specified the CB90 for testing as its riverine command boat. Safeboat International of Port Orchard, Washington was given a $2.8 million contract to produce one prototype. In June 2009, an unknown buyer from Abu Dhabi bought 2 civilian luxury versions. In 2010, Dokterwervet shipyards modified 2 CB90s to be carried in the davits of Dutch and UK Navy landing platform docks. We call these LPDs for short. During these 6-month trials, the 2 boats and a full Swedish boat squadron were embarked on a Royal Netherlands Navy LPD as a fully integrated element of the amphibious forces on board and successfully deployed. In 2013, JSC Pella Shipyard near St. Petersburg launched its first Russian-built Project 03160 Raptor. But while the ships are strikingly similar, there is no indication that Dokterwervet has been involved or licensed the design to Pella. There are a lot of roles that these STRB90s fulfill, and the Swedish Navy has adjusted them to fulfill quite a few different roles. You have the STRB90L. This is outfitted for battalion level command and control. It has more computer and communications equipment and an auxiliary generator to make sure the ship has power when the engines are not running. Now this ship has the STRB90L in its name, and the L stands for Lending, which means command or leadership. Another variant is the STRB90 Kompel. It's a plain STRB90H in which portable computer and communications equipment has been installed, allowing it to temporarily provide company-level command and control. And again, electrical power is being provided by a, unfortunately, rather loud portable generator installed on the deck. The STRB90HS is designed for overseas peacekeeping and rescue ops. It's designed to keep its crew comfortable in Mediterranean conditions. It has air conditioning, auxiliary generator, a head, which means a toilet, and more comfortable crew stations. And more importantly, it is armored, and its engines have been upgraded to compensate for the added weight. One STRB90H, number 802, is equipped with a decompression chamber. So this is something that can be used to quickly decompress divers after they have been surfaced too quickly. The Swedish police operates one unarmed STRB90H, and these are equipped with bunks, a pantry, and even a crew lounge. The Swedish Sea Rescue Society has 2 unarmed STRB90H as converted for search and rescue. And finally, the Hellenic Coast Guard, which is the Coast Guard of Greece, has 3 CB90s since 1998 under the CB90HCG, stands for Hellenic Coast Guard, which is a slightly different version of the Norwegian Navy version. The Norwegian Navy has 20 of these CB90s, and they just call them the SB90N. The N simply stands for Norsk Utgave, as previously discussed. It's a Norwegian version. Now these boats have a couple of differences when compared to the STRB90H. For one, they're armed with a 12.7mm machine gun, where the normal CB90s have 3. The anchor winch is motorized, and the anchor is mounted on the stern, allowing for a grounded S90N to tow itself afloat, rather than damaging its impellers. It also carries an auxiliary generator, which provides additional power, and this means that the ship has power when the engines are not running. The troop transportation room has a higher deck height, which makes it possible for most people to stand without crouching. It also has 2 watertight compartments in the bow, which allows having extra room for a toilet and stores, and it has a much more sophisticated navigation equipment based on GPS tech delivered by Kongsberg Seatex. There is one version of the S90N which has been reconfigured as a floating ambulance. In 2004, the Norwegian Navy conducted tests to evaluate the effectiveness of the SB90N as an aiming and launching platform for the Hellfire missile. If you've ever played Wargame Red Dragon, then you might recognize that the STRB90s fire Hellfire missiles. They carry 16 in-game, but it is not known how many of these things were capable of being carried on the variants as they were tested by the military. One SB90N was equipped with a Hellfire launcher based on the Protector, and its machine gun was replaced with a gimbal-mounted sensor package containing visible light and infrared cameras and even a laser designator. Although the tests were successful, there is no indication that the Royal Norwegian Navy will actually deploy these SB90Ns with Hellfires in regular service. The Hellfire can still be carried on the boats without the launching platforms and can still be fired from shore with the portable ground launch system. Now that's all that I was able to find on these CB90s. As mentioned, if you want one, you can buy one. No, this episode is not sponsored, but I had a look at one of those, and they just make for really, really nice boats. They're fast, they're agile, They got a lot of capabilities to put people on shore. They're, due to their low draft, capable of getting to close shorelines and then deploying troops. And I, for one, again, in Wargame, would have loved if these guys were able to deploy infantry. Unfortunately, that is not a thing, or not a thing yet. Maybe somebody eventually mods the game and adds that in. Anyway, that concludes this episode of the Military Vehicles Relaxation. If you have a particular request for a unit, a ship, a commander, a famous person, let me know down below in the comments. And of course, if you have any other feedback, then by all means let me know, because I am still very much building up this channel, and all feedback is much appreciated. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I shall see you next week for the next episode.